Yes, hello and a very good evening to you and a warm welcome to this, the most famous ballroom in the world. It is the Hammersmith Palais, looking something like an aircraft hangar with fairy lights on tonight. This is the first of two programs featuring the United Kingdom Ballroom Dancing Championships. And in our program here tonight, we're going to be featuring the finals of two competitions, the final of the Amateur Latin American, also the finals of the Professional Modern or Ballroom Dancing Championships. And to open our program there, we thought the 13 semi-finalists taking part in the amateur competition. So let's do the same now for the professional, shall we? This time we've got 12 semi-finalists competing for the Professional Modern or Ballroom Dancing Championships.
Well, let's now identify the 12 professional couples. First of all, there's couple number 5, Max Busch and Renata Hilgert. Then number 6, we see Hans and Anne Laxholm. And then couple number 9, that's Marcus Hilton and Karen Johnston. And our smiling Japanese friends, Tommy and Cherry Sakuramoto. And couple number 16 there are Bernd and Ingrid Bock. And over there on the far side, current world champions, couple number 26, Michael and Vicky Barr. Couple number 18, Stephen Hillier, Lindsay Tate. And couple number 30 there are Byron Charlton and Nicole Sligting. And that's David Sycamore and Denise Weavers, couple number 31. Martin and Christine Harvey, they're number 34. And number 37 are Robert and Barbara Grover. And completing the lineup, a couple number 35, Kenny and Marion Welsh.
So now we come to the finals, the moment of truth here. Now, couples have been dancing here at the Hammersmith Palais since around about midday today, dozens and dozens of couples, but only the very best of them, of course, reach this moment in the proceedings. And we go first with the finals of the United Kingdom Amateur Latin American Championships. And I've got the list of the 6 finalists right here in my hot, sticky little hand. And first of all, into the finals go a couple from Norway, couple number 1, Gia Backer and Trini Deli.
And it's time now to introduce my professional advisor for the Amateur Latin American. He's the ex-world champion, Alan Fletcher.
Good evening, Ray.
Now, here we have Gia Backer and Trini Deli from Norway. How do they rate, Alan?
Very highly. At the moment, they are the undefeated Norwegian Latin champions and have recently just annexed to that the Amateur World 10 Dance Championship.
Now let's welcome our second finalists in this competition, and they are in fact couple number 3, Horst Bayer and Andrea Lankenau, and they come from West Germany.
From Bremerhaven, in fact, actually, a little township in the north of Western Germany, and at present they are the champions of that country.
on we go now to our third finalists. This time the couple are going to be dancing a rumba for us. Couple number 4, Victor Berger and Daniela Dietrich, and they come from Switzerland.
Champions of Switzerland, in fact, Ray. They also are regular finalists in all world and European events.
Now we're going to meet the first English couple going forward into the final. They are couple number 29, David Griffin and Adele Preston.
And leading the British charge, David and Adele, who are currently the British Latin closed champions.
Fifth finalist taking the floor here at the Hammersmith Palais now, couple number 37. That's Colin James and Lenny Mikkelsen from Denmark.
The Anglo-Danish couple, Colin and Lena, are the Danish champions and have recently just won the European Latin Championships.
Completing our lineup of 6 finalists taking part in the amateur Latin American competition this year, we meet now couple number 51. That's James McEachran and Anne Lewis, and they come from England.
I'm sure James and Anne are highly delighted to have made this final. They are newcomers to such a final as this, and I'm sure they're very pleased to be in this situation.
Perhaps worth just popping in here for a moment to remind you that these solos are purely for the television audience and for the entertainment of the audience down there at Hammersmith. These performances are not judged. They're purely for demonstration purposes so that we watching at home can see the marvellously high standard of dancing here tonight. So, as James and Anne leave the floor, let's just remind ourselves once again of the list of the finalists. Now, as we watch the list go through, Alan, do you find any surprises there?
Yes, the last couple, James McKechen and Anne Lewis, of course, are new to this final, but the other couples are as per last year.
Well, now we've got all 6 couples back on the floor, and we're going to start the amateur Latin American finals proper now with the Cha-Cha-Cha. Now let's look in a little more detail at couple number 1. That's Diabaka and Trinidelli. I'm rather taken by Trini's rather enticing sailor's full-bottomed hornpipe trousers. Is that something new, Alan?
Yeah, that's quite a new innovation. Actually, Trina feels quite at home, and as you can see, looks marvellously well in these type of costume. They are a very fluid couple and have their own special interpretation of this dance.
Now let's take a look in detail at couple number 4 there, Victor Berger and Daniela Dietrich. What in particular should we be looking for here, Anna?
I think it's very interesting, Ray, basically to compare the different interpretations of the couple we've just seen, say, and Victor and Daniela. The Norwegians are maybe a little bit more flamboyant, but this couple go for a more controlled and slightly more introverted approach to their dancing. But in saying that, they also are world-class dancers.
Next then, we move on to the samba, and to the music of Andy Ross and his assorted bandoleros and cutthroats, we take a close look at the West German couple, couple number 3, Horst Bayer and Andrea Lankenau. Very attractive couple, aren't they?
They're very attractive. Actually, the Horst has a dancing background. His parents have a school in Western Germany. This is a reverse role that Horst and Andrea are performing at the moment. A very, very difficult action to do well. Dancing voltas now with a body tick. It's not infectious, Ray, but it's necessary for a couple to use this in this dance, particularly to show body movement.
So while I fight off the ravages of the body tick, let's have a look at the English couple now. They're couple number 29, David Griffin and Adele Preston. They've got a good track record on?
Yeah, and it's getting better, Ray. They were included in last year's final for the first time, and they've grown in stature and confidence, and I'm sure they could go close this evening.
After the samba, on we go now to the rumba. And let's see once again the Anglo-Danish couple, number 37. They're Colin James and Lenny Mikkelsen from Denmark. Almost regulars here now.
Yes, possible favourites, I would think, Ray, this year, since Marcus and Karen, our last year's winners, has joined the professional ranks. They're good in most aspects, this couple. Technically sound, rhythmically very, very good, and the characteristic of all their dances is super.
And now let's look at the second English couple in the final, number 51, James McEachran and Anne Lewis. And like the Olympic-winning Torvill and Dean, this couple come from Nottingham.
As I said before, I'm sure they're highly delighted to make this United Kingdom final. They have a very soft interpretation of this dance. Watching them during the competition, I just feel for more impact that they should accent the music a little bit stronger. It would create more light and shade in their performance.
Now we move on to the exciting bit, the Paso Doble. And remember, we're watching the United Kingdom Amateur Latin American Championships. So now let's just sit back and relax and watch the finalists. Just not one more dance to go in these finals, which is, of course, the jive. And remember, too, that these dancers have been pounding the floor here at the Hammersmith Palais for getting on for 12 hours now. It always somewhat amazes me, Alan, that they dread this last dance. In many ways, the most energetic of the whole lot, isn't it?
It is the most energetic of all the dances, Ray. But these couples have conditioned themselves for such an event. I think this is the 30th dance of the day, and that's a total of an hour's dancing non-stop. But I always used to say, well, let's grit your teeth and just go for the gold.
judges are deliberating about that competition. Let's see who's gone forward into the finals of our other competition here at Hammersmith tonight, the Professional Modern or Ballroom Dancing Championships. So give them a nice warm welcome, our 6 finalists. First of all, we start off with couple number 5, Max Bush and Renata Hilgert.
And let me also follow that by introducing my other tame expert here this evening. He's the ex-world champion, Richard Gleave. Cast your professional eyes, Richard, over couple number 5 there, Max Bush and Renata Hilgert.
They're from West Germany. They're the former world's amateur champions. They're third in the German professional in 1983. And they're now challenging for the top honours in the professional field.
Next finalists are a familiar couple dancing for Denmark. Couple number 6, Hans and Anne Laxholm. And Anne Laxholm, I always think, is one of the prettiest girls in the room. And I noticed too, Richard, she's wearing also that new length dress for the ladies.
Yes, well, Anne has, of course, immaculate taste, and this type of dress has become very popular in the last year, replacing the older, bigger type of dress. They're the former world amateur champions, Danish professional champions, and they're the finalists in the world, British and European.
Obviously now, from across in the inscrutable Orient, our friends Tommy and Cherry Sakuromoto, couple number 12 from Japan. They're almost commuters to Britain these days, Richard, aren't they?
That's right, they came over specially for this competition. They're former Japanese champions, second in the Japanese Championship last year, and they're finalists in the World's British and United Kingdom Championships.
Forward into the finals of our professional competition here tonight. Couple number 18, Stephen Hillier and Lindsay Tate, and they're going to dance the waltz for us.
Representing the United Kingdom this evening, they're the clothed British champions, runners-up in the Worlds and the United Kingdom Championships last year.
Hammersmith welcome now for the current world champions, Michael and Vicky Barr. And they're great personal friends of yours, I believe, Richard, aren't they?
That's right, yes, Ray. Mike and I managed to play a round of golf now and again together. As you said, they're reigning world champions, European and the Open British champions as well. And they'll be trying for their hat-trick this evening.
Completing our list of runners and riders here in the professional finals competition, let's meet now couple number 35. They're Kenny and Marion Welsh.
Kenny and Marion are representing England again this evening. They're the former world's amateur champions and runners-up in the Closed British Championship 1983. And they're also finalists of this competition last year.
There we are, 6 lovely solo demonstration sequences, specially for us. And now we move on to the competition proper. But first of all, a reminder there of the finalists themselves. What do you think of the general standard, Richard? Pretty good this year?
Yes, very good again, Ray. An interesting point here, we've got 5 out of the 6 finalists who were world's amateur champions and United Kingdom champions.
So on we go then with the final itself, the United Kingdom Professional Modern or Ballroom Competition, starting as usual with a waltz. So let's look there at couple number 5, Max Bush and Renata Hilgert.
Well, their appearance this evening is absolutely super, I think. The lovely blue dress that Renata's got really enhances the couple. The judges this evening in this dance will be looking for flowing, soft, romantic movement. In the basic terms, the feet should be closed on beat 3 cleanly. And Max and Renata this evening are certainly dancing a super waltz.
Let's have a peep now at couple number 6, Hans and Anne Laxholm. Now, it may be a trick of the lights here, Richard, but all these couples seem very tall.
That's true. Hans is a veritable giant. He must be about 6'2", I should think. And, Anne is also very tall too. But it certainly enhances their flowing dances. It's a great asset in waltz and foxtrot.
And traditionally, we continue these professional finals with a tango, and this time to the tune Jealousy. Let's look again at couple number 12, our friends from Japan, Tommy and Cherry Sakuromoto. And I gather across in Japan, dancing has something of royal patronage about it, Richard.
That's right, Ray. The brother of the reigning emperor is a very keen dance fan and has lessons every week, and he attends all the major championships. I think that Tommy and Cherry this evening look super again. Their appearance is very, very good indeed and must enhance their overall performance. This is their best dance, undoubtedly. Their technical expertise is very good here. Tango is a flat dance. There should be no rise and fall with sharp leg movements and head movements. It's a dramatic dance.
Back on home territory now to meet once again couple number 18, Stephen Hillier and Lindsay Tate, and they're looking very good as well, Richard, haven't they?
That's right, dancing very well this evening. Great improvement in their overall performance. The black and white dress here is enhancing greatly, I think, the overall impression. Great contrast to the man's suit here.
And will the judges' decisions be affected at all by the beauty of the dresses and the costumes they wear?
Perhaps affected is slightly too strong a word, but certainly influenced, I think. I think the overall picture is very, very important indeed.
There you are, Richard, working away on your scoring, shooting the pencil, all ready for the change to the foxtrot and world champions, number 26, Michael and Vicky Barr.
There's Michael and Vicky dancing a lovely foxtrot here. I'd just like to mention the music here. It's a great help to the dancers, especially music of this quality. It's a lovely tune called Solitude. And Mike and Vicky are bringing out every last note of that music. The essence of a good foxtrot is a slow leg speed, soft flowing movements, and this they're doing.
There's a couple who are almost becoming regulars here at Hammersmith. Couple number 35, Kenny and Marion Welsh.
Yes, I think Marion's floor personality is absolutely fabulous, and it certainly is an asset to the partnership. She seems to enjoy all her dancing. Very rhythmic dancers. And they combine speed with it as well.
Oops, a bit of a bang there. Will that sort of thing throw out the whole choreography of the dance, Richard, and perhaps throw their performance?
No, it shouldn't do, Ray. These are experienced world-class dancers. They do have variations of approximately 8 bars in length, but they are also able to dance freely and lead and follow.
Well, we've got just 2 more dances to go in these professional finals. The Viennese Waltz, but first of all, we're going to take a look at the quick step. Now, the general standard of the dancing in the final here tonight, what do you think of it so far, Richard?
Well, I think we've seen an excellent final, a really world-class final this evening, danced by all these terrific couples.
There was a bit of a palaver there. Somebody got his heel caught in another dress.
Yes. It's another good example here of floor craft. See Max Bush, number 5, going straight through the middle. There he is, picked him up again. Very good floor craft there.
Our Danish friends once again, Hans and Anne Laxholm, most elegant, very attractive couple. But surely, I don't know how to quite say this, Richard, they're sort of dancing across the rhythm of the music, aren't they? That must be very difficult.
Well, I think it must have been on the judge's blind side, that little bit, I think.
And so it's going to be fascinating to see in a little while whether, in fact, Michael and Vicky do get the hat-trick here at Hammersmith tonight. I would find it impossible myself as a layman to pick a winner out of these 6 marvellous couples. But what about you, Richard? Do you think Michael and Vicky perhaps have just got the edge?
Yes, I think they have got the edge. They've had tremendous challenge this evening, but I think they'll do it.
Well, we'll see in just a little while. Let's watch them all now as they dance the final one in these finals. It's the Viennese Waltz, and we can all wallow in the elegance of a bygone age.
Sadly, most of the dancing seems to be over for this evening, but before we get to the final results of our 2 championships here tonight, let me introduce you to a man who's got a very pleasant task indeed. He's the man who's going to be presenting the prizes here tonight. So will you welcome the Sales Director of Coca-Cola Southern Bottlers Limited, Mr. Mark Hart. Right now, I've got the results here of the United Kingdom Amateur Latin American Championships. In 3rd position, that was couple number 29, David Griffin and Adele Preston.
A great result for this couple. It's the best result they've had and well deserving of their 3rd place.
And now the runners-up to the champions for 1984. As couple number 1, Giobacca and Trinidad.
I'm sure they must be very disappointed because I knew that they felt they had a very good chance of winning this vacant title. But never mind, there's always next time.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the United Kingdom Amateur Latin American Champions for 1984. It's couple number 37, Colin James and Lenny Mickelson.
Oh, they must be absolutely thrilled. It's ironic, really, that over the last 4 years, their places have risen from 4th to 3rd to 2nd, and now jackpot. Many congratulations.
Let's just remind ourselves once again of that winning form shown tonight by our United Kingdom amateur Latin American champions, Colin James and Lenny Mickelson. Now we come to the results of tonight's other competition, the United Kingdom Professional Modern or Ballroom Dancing Championships. And here they are. In third position, the judges awarded couple number 35, Kenny and Marion Welsh.
And as you can see, Kenny is very excited about this result. He'll be delighted. They danced very, very well this evening.
And the runners-up to the Professional Champions 1984, that's couple number 18, Stephen Hillier and Lindsay Tate.
Stephen and Lindsay will be very pleased as well. They're consolidating their second position very strongly.
And ladies and gentlemen, the United Kingdom Professional Modern or Ballroom Dancing Championships for this year, couple number 26, Michael and Vicky Barr.
Well, Mike and Vicky will be really thrilled with this result this evening. This makes it their hat-trick.
Do you think there's any real doubt about the outcome of the professional competition, Richard?
I don't think so, Ray.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed our program this evening, ladies and gentlemen. In our next show, next week, we've got the same thing, only slightly different. Next week, it's two championships, the Professional Latin American Champions and the Amateur Modern or Ballroom Dancing Championships. Now, that's an always exciting evening, so I do hope you'll make a special point to try and join us for that. But for the moment, from all of us here at Hammersmith, as we say goodnight to you to now, let's just remind ourselves once again of the winning form shown tonight by our United Kingdom Modern champions, Michael and Vicky Barr.
Just before we finally leave you tonight, let me just thank our knowledgeable terpsichorean experts, Richard Gleave and Alan Fletcher.